Hello everybody and welcome to the Doctor's Space Adventure. I am the 10th Doctor 95 and I will be your pilot for this adventure. Now this episode I am just going to give you the rundown of the basics of the mods that I have installed in this mod pack. And what my plans are to do with this series. Now, first off, every doctor needs his trusty sonic screwdriver, as well as his TARDIS. Now, this TARDIS is part of an actual TARDIS mod, which is completely amazing and I love. So if we right click on the door, we enter and you see that it's an actual another dimension, just like a real TARDIS. And you can make rooms and farms and corridors and a lot of different rooms, and it's basically infinite, just like a real TARDIS. Now, another cool thing is you see these roundels here? If you take your sonic screwdriver, put it to reconfigure, and right click, you can take something like this or TARDIS cable interface energy conduit and place it onto it. Um, Maybe not in creative. There we go. And then you can attach any kind of energy cable to it, and say you hook it up to windmills, you can pump energy into the roundel, and then say you want power over here. You can come over here, open up a roundel, put an energy conduit onto it, put a cable onto it, and pump power out of it into your machines, whatever you want. So that's very, very useful. And you can do the same thing with items, fluids, ME cables, and some other things. It's Transmat. I'm still working on figuring that out. Chunk loaders, and the mod maker is currently working on a computer craft one as well. Now, another cool thing that, well, I find cool about this mod is if you come down here, you come around to here. So it says right here it says the name of the owner of the TARDIS. Now if we go up here, this will change the look of the console room. So since I am the 10th Doctor, I want a 10th-ish um, setting. So you just right click it and then sneak right click and boom, it looks like the 10th Doctor's TARDIS, which I find really cool. Now, best part about this mod, which you guys will see later in the series, is that you can actually move around the overworld with it. It's very complicated and I'm still working on mastering it. It's a work in progress, but um, I think we'll get there eventually. Now, um, I am currently in the process of finding out from the mod creator whether or not this can go into other dimensions, like the Nether and the End. I'm still waiting to hear back from him on that, but as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. So next, let's take a look at what the um, series is mostly going to be about. So this is the Doctor's space adventure, and the Doctor flies through space and time. So obviously this is going to be about Galacticraft. Now, this isn't just going to be your basic old Galacticraft going to the moon and Mars with all that boring stuff. We've got Galacticraft Core, we've got Galaxy Space, and we have Force Space. Now, with all those mods combined, if we go into our galaxy map, you can see that there are a lot of different planets. We've got Mercury that we can go to. We can go to Venus. We can go to Mars. We can go to Ceres. I'm assuming that's some kind of planet. We can go to an asteroid belt. We can go to a black hole, which is, I believe, part of the um, supermassive tech mod that I will show you in a little bit. We can go to Pluto, and we can go to the Kuiper belt, I believe is how that's pronounced. I'm not 100% sure though. Now, in addition to that, we can also go to 3 of Jupiter's moons. So that's 5 different planets, 4 moons, including Earth's moon, right here, um, and then the asteroid belt, the black hole, and the Kuiper belt. Again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but whatever. Um, so this series is going to be about going to pretty much all of these places, one by one, working my way to there. So now I'm going to show you guys some of the mods that I have installed to help me with that process. So first off, we've got Mechanism, which is my probably my absolute favorite tech mod. I love this mod. I try to have it in every single mod pack I play. Um, I mean, Buildcraft is okay, Thermal Expansion is good, but Mechanism, I think, is the best. Um, I mean, you've got you can quadruple your ore um, output if you have the right setup, which I will be setting up later in the series. You've got the digital miner, which is um, very nice because unlike a quarry, which just digs a giant hole in the ground, the digital miner, you can set it to only mine specific ores or just any ore. Or you can set or have it mine stone if you want, but it won't just make a giant hole in the ground. Um, You've also got you've got your electric pump, which is good for pumping liquids. You've got a charge pad for charging your tools. Um, these chemical machines are part of the ore processing plant. Uh, you've got your energy cubes. Personally, I like the thermal expansion energy cells, but that's just because I've used them a lot more because um, or before I started getting into Mechanism, I was using thermal expansion, so those are just the ones I know better. But you've also got your gas tanks for holding your different gases. You've got your wind turbines, advanced solar generators, biogenerators, gas generators, and heat generators. Um, you've got your you can make a fusion reactor. You've got your cables. You've got your mechanical pipes for fluids, your pressurized tubes for gases, and your logistical transporters for items and blocks. There's an electric bow, which um, it uses energy to shoot. You've got your atomic disassembler, which is probably one of the most overpowered tools um, that I've seen in a basic tech mod that isn't specifically designed for damage and stuff like say Draconic Evolution. Um, you've got your little robot, which uh, he's he's a cute guy. He'll hold stuff for you and do some other things. You've got your where'd it go? You've got your configurator for it's basically the wrench for Mechanism. There's jetpacks, scuba tanks, and free runners, which are basically long fall boots. It makes it so that when you fall from a from high up, you don't take damage. It instead just uses energy from the free runners. Also, it gives you step assist, so you can just walk up one high blocks without having to jump. There's a flamethrower. Yes, a flamethrower. It's freaking awesome. And probably one of my favorite tools, other than the atomic disassembler, is the Paxel. Now, a Paxel is a shovel, pickaxe, and axe combined into one tool that is better than at mining than a diamond pickaxe. It goes faster than a diamond shovel, faster than a diamond axe, and it's all in one tool, which I really like. Um, Next, let's. I've got the portal gun mod installed, which portal gun always fun. Um, it's kind of self-explanatory what a portal gun does. So, um, I've also got the Draconic Evolution mod installed, which is a tech mod um, that is very high-end game um, um, work um, and material heavy mod that is going to take a lot of work to do. I'm eventually going to want to make a Draconic Staff of Power, which is insanely powerful. You can 3-hit a Wither boss and kill it. That's how overpowered that is. Um, there's also Supermassive Tech, which I don't really know much about, but I'm looking forward to using it. Apparently, use the you use stars to generate enormous amounts of power, which is good because, as you can see, um, these the Draconic Evolution mod uses an enormous amount of electricity and power, so that will definitely help me out with that. Um, Also, um, we've got big reactors, of course. I love big reactors. It's probably my favorite power mod. Um, uh, I love big reactors more than the other nuclear reactor mods because it won't blow up. It'll just make it so well, okay, if you make a turbine that can blow up if you don't make it correctly and it starts spinning too fast, but other than that it won't blow up. It'll just use more fuel um, if you don't build it right. Um, I've also got thermal expansion and foundation. We've got things like here's the energy cells that I really like. Um, they hold up to like these ones hold up to 80 million RF, which is really nice. You've got your you've got your tesseracts, which are really helpful. They let you pump uh, power, fluids, and items over or through space and dimensions and wherever. Um, it's very useful. Um, you've got your where are they? The magma crucible and your where is it at? There is a fluid transposer in here somewhere. There it is, fluid transposer. These are important um, because you can use them with the big reactors mod to make liquid ender, which is one of the best coolants for your big reactor, so that's very helpful. Um, we've also got extra utilities installed, which has a lot of really cool stuff. Um, there is the Ender Quarry, which is basically Um, so a regular quarry, um, like I said earlier, it just digs a big hole in the ground, which can oftentimes cause a lot of lag from things like water and lava and oil just pouring into it, and just from the giant hole being there. The server doesn't really like that much. Now, what an ender quarry does is it mines everything out within its border, which is made by you make the border with fencing, and then you place the ender quarry as a part of that fence, and then you have to power it. But it keeps itself loaded. It's got a built-in chunk loader. Um, but what it does is every time it mines a block, it replaces it with a piece of dirt. Now you don't have to supply it with dirt; it just does it automatically, and this helps keep it from lagging, and which is very good, especially on multiplayer servers, because where a lot of people are digging and stuff, and it's very useful. Um, Another thing that we've got is we've got the um, endothermic pump, which is basically um, a pump, but it's like an ender tank and a pump. In the way that it'll keep itself loaded. Like say you put it in the nether, it'll pump in the nether, um, and similar to the way an ender quarry replaces um, the blocks it mines with dirt, the endothermic pump will replace like the liquid that it sucks up, like say lava. It'll replace each source block of that it sucks up with a bit of cobblestone, or not cobblestone, regular stone, so as to also prevent lag, because flowing lava, especially a lot of it in the nether, will create an enormous amount of lag, which again puts a serious strain on, say, a multiplayer server or even a single player world. And then you can like pump it into an ender tank or a tesseract to get it back home. Um, Another thing we've got laying around here somewhere. Here it is, the portal to the deep dark. Now, the deep dark is another dimension um, with it's got a lot of ores, and by a lot I mean a lot, like probably about 40 to 50. Well, maybe not that much, but there's a lot of ores there. There's also a lot of mobs, and it is very dark there, and you have to be very careful when you're there, because if you are in just darkness, it will start to hurt you and it can kill you. So you have to light up your way as you go. And it's a giant cavern. Um, the deep dark, like enormous. So um, there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of mobs. It's very dark, and you have to be careful not to go into the dark. Um, Another really cool thing about this mod is angel wings. Now, these angel rings let you fly, basically like you're in creative. However, there's 5 different ones, and each one changes the way you look when you have it equipped. Let's go into survival mode. Put on my baubles. Um, hmm. Never actually used one of these myself. Alright, so this one, yeah, this one's the invisible wings. Um, Hang on, I'm pretty sure I have to. I need to only have one at a time. Oh, look, there we go. There's the golden wings. That's actually pretty cool. Uh, so if we chuck that one, um, then here's the dragon wings. Also pretty cool. Um, then I think, yeah, this one. If we chuck that one, here's feathery wings, so basically angel wings. Then we've got fairy wings. Um, Not a big fan of those, but whatever. To each their own. And then we've got the invisible ones. Oh, and I'm having a little bit of lag here. Bear with me a moment, please. Hopefully it'll catch up. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's go back into creative. Whoops. There we go. We'll put all these back in. Anyways, back to extra utilities. We've also got the healing axe, which is right here, which is really cool because when you hold it, here I'll show you. It fills up your hunger bar, which then proceeds to make you start healing. Now, if you noticed a minute ago, I believe I was missing actually 4 shanks on my hunger bar, so that filled it up like instantly. And now I'm at full health, and I was missing like 2 hearts, and I'm lagging again. What is up with this right now? There we go. So that's another really cool thing. Another thing is the Builder's Wand. This is the creative mode one. The regular one, here, I'll just show you. So let's give me a stack of stone. Not one, a stack. There we go. Go into survival mode. Alright, so say I want to build a wall. Like that. What the Builder's Wand does is if my game will stop lagging, go on, go. There we go. It does that. And I mean, you can go out if you want, but with the regular one, you have to have the material in your inventory. If you want to keep going, like say I've only got like 1 stone, it'll only let me do 1 block. Whereas if I have all of it, it'll let me keep going. Now the creative one, you only need, whoops, 1 of the item in your inventory in order to use it. And you can just keep going. Let me just break all this real quick. So another cool thing in extra utilities is the division sigil, which is right here. So this is an inactive one. In order to activate it, you have to do a ritual, which I'm not going to go through right now because it's annoying, but basically it involves you have to have an enchantment table, has to be midnight, there needs to be a ring of redstone around the enchantment table. It needs to have a clear view of the moon. That needs to be on top of a lot of dirt. There has to be no artificial light sources nearby, and you have to sacrifice an entity like a pig or something at exactly midnight. And then that will activate the division sigil, and then it will also make a bunch of cursed earth, which is some really cool stuff, because if you place it down, which I'm not going to do because I don't want it in my TARDIS, but if you place it down, it'll make mobs spawn very rapidly from it. However, if exposed to light, or to sunlight or torchlight or something, it'll burn into normal dirt, which is why there's also this thing called dark glass. Now, from this side, just normal glass. From this side, just normal glass. However, if we do this, I believe this will work. Um, yeah, if we do this, then um, for us, light can't, or we can still see because it's glass, but light won't actually get in, so cursed earth like won't burn, um, which is very useful because that way your hard or the all the effort you put into making the cursed earth won't just um, turn into ash. Alright, so let's get rid of all this. Put that back in there. Now the division sigil you use to make unstable ingots, which are these things right here. As you can see, they or after you create them, they will explode after 10 seconds, or if your crafting window is closed, or if it's thrown on the ground, and they do not stack. And it has to be crafted in a vanilla crafting table. Um, so um, these things are used to make things like the healing axe, and the builder's wand, the angel rings, and other things. Um, Now, some more cool things about this mod are the rain mufflers and sound mufflers, which, as the name suggests, it muffles the or I believe the rain muffler makes so that it won't rain around where it's at. The sound muffler obviously makes it so that you can't hear any, or like it or deadens the sound. So say you've got a bunch of machinery going, you place down a sound muffler nearby, boom, so much quieter. It's very nice. You've also got trash cans. Um, we've got one for items, one for energy, and one for fluids. You just like plop it down and then just open it up, and then you just put whatever you want in there, and it just disappears immediately. So it's basically a lava pit, but less dangerous for yourself because you can't just fall in and die. Um, Another cool thing is this golden bag of holding that you can make. Um, you just use a diamond, some wool, some gold, and a chest to make this. You can also make one with reincarnating one, which I'm not sure what that does actually. Um, Double chest. Oh, is it just bigger than this one? No, maybe it stays with you when you die. I don't know. But if my game will cooperate for once. Come on, there you go. So it's a double chest worth of space in just one spot that you carry with you. And you can have multiples of these. You could have a whole inventory of these, and then you can just put everything you get inside of here and have like uh, the equivalent of like 50 chests worth, 50 double chests worth of space, or to carry around with you, to carry around loot and stuff in. Now another cool thing is this golden lasso. So say you need cows for some reason, or like you need milk. Actually, no, let's do sheep because wool is always important. But you don't want to go through the hassle of um, leading it back to your house with wheat, or say you don't want to have the hassle of getting it to a different dimension, like in the TARDIS. Well, what you can do is, I did not mean to make two. Hang on. No, come on. That is not what I want. This will work. Um, you can just right click, boom, you've got a sheep in your golden lasso. And then you just look at wherever you want it and right click, and there it is. And it's reusable, so you can just keep picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down, over and over. It's pretty cool. Very useful. Um, so another mod that we've got is open blocks. Really fun mod. You've got elevators, which really cool. Here, I'll just show you real quick. Let's put one there, and then we'll put one right there. Alright, so say you can't fly, but you've got somewhere up high that you need to be able to get to readily. You put down one of these, and then one above it where you need to go, and then push space. Boom. You'll just teleport straight up to it. Then if you want to go down, you just push shift, and you go straight down. Really cool. You've also got the block breaker, which is very important for mods that or mod packs that use ex nihilo like Skyblock, because it makes it so that you can just have an automatic cobblestone generator, which is very useful. That way you don't have to mine it yourself over and over and over. Um, you've also got this thing called a luggage, um, which if it will go, there we go. This little guy, he's got little legs, follow you around. It's just a chest, but say you drop something, you go and eat it, pick it up. It makes a little munching sound when it does. Now, if you manage to get these guys struck by lightning, it'll supercharge them, kind of like a supercharged creeper, but it will double their inventory size, and it will make it um, I believe it makes it turn like a silver color, which is really cool. And also, to pick it up, you just shift right click. Come on. Maybe it doesn't like that I'm in creative. No, it's just me lagging again. I don't know what's up with my computer today. It's just being stupid. There you go. And if you want to name it, you can just put it in an anvil and name it. Um, so, that's another cool thing about open blocks. Whoops. Sorry about that. Another cool thing is um, it's got, where'd they go? Uh, Hang on. Ah, sleeping bags. Another really cool thing. So, yes, it takes up one spot in your inventory like a normal bed would. However, you just right click on the ground with these and you just start sleeping. Um, whereas a bed you have to place down, and then once you get up you have to break it. Whereas these, you just keep going. You just sleep and then get up, keep going. Now also in this mod pack I've got advanced or applied energistics 2. Uh, Whoops, wow, that was a really bad lag spike there. Which is the computer mod, because I love computers. Can't I can't be without a computer. I was a big fan of applied energistics 1. I did not mean to go up that. And I actually prefer it. It's a lot simpler and a lot easier to use. Um, Applied energistics 2 is it's just so much more complicated than it needs to be. But whatever. There's no 1.7.1 version of the first version of it, so you make do with what you have to. Um, so, oh, and also with the TARDIS, as you can see here, I've got it plugged into my TARDIS using an ME interface. So, like, say I've got an ore processing system over here. I can put an ME import um, bus on the smelter, and then have it uh, put the processed ores into the import bus, and then put it into here with another ME interface, and then it'll come over here and go straight into the computer. So it's instead of having to put a whole bunch of ME cables like overhead going over to there, I can just stick it into the wall and have it come over here, which is really, really cool. It's another thing like I said earlier, that I really love about this mod. Um, the TARDIS mod. This is very well thought out, very well planned. Kudos to the maker of it. And I believe that is it for this episode. So join me next time for the beginning of my adventure, and hopefully you guys will follow me as I continue to work on going around space. Uh, See you guys next time. Bye.